Have this in pure 1 ounce of pure palladium. Now, I want to put that into perspective. Palladium is one of the rare earth metals, one of the precious metals. So you've got gold, okay? So you've got gold. And then you have platinum. Platinum is about 100 times rarer than gold. Palladium is in that family, okay? You've got rhodium, iridium, platinum, and then palladium. Palladium is about 100 times rarer than platinum. Wow. So palladium is about 10,000 times rarer than gold. The United States government has made one other platinum coin in its history. Last year, they did a mint state platinum coin. Sold out instantaneously. We sold them here, sold every coin I could get my hands on. I wish I had them all back because they're all worth crazy money today. So the United States government released this coin, what was it, last Thursday? Was it last Thursday? Was when this coin was released by the United States government that you see right here. It's sold out. They did 15,000 coins. It's sold out in, I think, 3 minutes. And the only reason it's sold out in 3 minutes is because the US government website couldn't take all the orders in 3 seconds. They allowed 1 per household. I am one of the largest purchasers of coins from the United States government, if not the largest. And so they gave me a special dispensation and allowed me to get 1 coin. Everybody got 1 coin. So what you have to do, for me to be able to do my addition, I have to literally buy from individually hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Obviously, they charge extra, and all of a sudden, the price on this, ungraded, uncertified, doubled in about 24 hours. So this coin is 1 ounce of pure palladium. Last year's coin was what's called a bullion coin. It came out, it only was through authorized bullion distributors. So we could get allocations of those coins. This coin we could not get an allocation of. We literally had to buy them one by one from people who had purchased them. It's the only way to get them. The government did not sell these to dealers or anything else. On the obverse of the coin, you've got mercury. Okay, it's not technically mercury, but we call it mercury dime, as you can see right there. It is high relief, so as I turn the coin on its side, you can see that it has a specific release. It's struck at a higher, because they did this one in proof. Given the success of the coin last year, look at that. See how the eagle looks like it's coming off the coin? Oh, yeah. Now, you may recognize that eagle. It looks very much like the eagle that's on the reverse of the Walking Liberty half dollar, designed by Adolf Weinman. Actually, this is the original Weinman that did not go on the back of the Walking Liberty half dollar. They saved it, so they pulled this literally out of the vault to put it onto this coin. They gave it a $25 face value that you're going to see right here, and it is 1 ounce of pure palladium. Now, here's the thing. I have 129 of these. These are first day of issue. They are exclusive to us. Go out there and try to find first day of issue NGC or PCGS. There are coins out there right now. Not a single one of those can you buy for $39.99.95, all more. Matter of fact, I think the PCGS, we call them PCs, the PCs right now are maybe 7,000 or 8,000 on first days of issue. High relief. Now, the only way to get high relief is from us. This is our original issue price. And I have to understand, we moved heaven and earth to be able to do this $39.95. We will sell out this entire edition of 129. Okay? We will sell out this entire edition of 129. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't even have the 129 coins. That's what we made the addition to be, hoping to be able to get the coins. At this point, I'm only able to do 59 of those 129 coins. Wow. Here's what happened. We literally contract with people to buy a coin for us, and we have to pay them for that. Because this has increased so dramatically in value, a significant number of those people decided not to sell us their coin. Because we had to put it in at a certain price so that I can guarantee this $39, and I don't have to be $49.95 or $59.95 or $69.95 right, or $79.95 prices for first day of issues that you see in the marketplace. And so because of that, it's just simply not possible for me. It's not possible for me to even do the whole edition at this point. We're hoping to be able to do that. But because the coin, there's 15,000 coins, and I suspect if the government made 150,000 or 200,000 of those coins, it simply wouldn't be enough. They've done two palladium coins in their history. The first one last year's, if you look at the palladium coin from last year, it looks like kind of a dull silver coin because it was just a mint state coin. Palladium is not a particularly attractive metal unless you do it in a high relief. I know it looks silver, but this is not plated. This is 1 ounce of pure palladium in high relief. They've only done a couple of high relief coins in the history of the United States government, and they've done them in gold, for instance. I don't think there's any of the high relief golds I can sell you at $39.95. They made significantly more coins, and I think they're $5,000, $6,000, even $7,000. I understand this isn't for everybody at $39.99.95. But I can tell you right now, I've been in the business, we were talking about this earlier, and I started in the coin business 46 years ago, okay? And I can't recall seeing craziness like this, okay? I mean, I talked to other dealers, I mean, people I've literally dealt with for decades, that, you know, you can do a handshake deal for however much money. And they always stand by their word. This is the first time that I've had a fair number of these people basically renege on all the deals that they did with me. Because this has so dramatically gone crazy and increased in price in the marketplace. People just, I guess it's just too much money for their word to be worth anything, I guess. I don't know. But this was our original issue price. We're going to keep our word here. This is what we were going to come out with based on the cost of the coin and everything else. This is the price we were always going to charge. So instead of charging more, I'll sell less. Okay, you know, if I'm not able to...
This is your handshake price.
This is my handshake. Yeah, there you go. I like that. Yes, this is my handshake price. I guarantee we figured this out 3 weeks ago before all this craziness ensued, that this was going to be our price. And we stuck with that, okay, at $39.99.95. Now, beyond this 129 coins, and I'm not even to 129 coins yet, I simply can't guarantee that, because then the secondary market takes over. So my handshake price is good for first day of issue, okay, is ultimately what it comes down to. And even that, I don't even know if I can fulfill all 129. At this point, we have 59 coins in the edition. That's what I have available right now, is 59 coins out of that 129 coins, and that's it. Okay, that's all that's available. This is the 2000, and I've got coins, okay? So as you can see, this is a live coin. The vast majority of people going, what do you mean it's a live coin? Well, understand, the vast majority of these the government hasn't even shipped most of these coins, because people are going insane trying to do this. I've got this. What we did is we got one of the coins, and we got it, and we found a coin that was out there. I paid more than this for the coin. I paid significantly more than $39.95 for this coin, because I got the first coin. We then had to fly that coin to Denver. We had to have it certified, and then we had to fly it here. You have to understand, this is a process this coin's a week old. Okay, first of all, the government had to sell it out. They had to ship it. We had to find it. We had to buy it. We had to take it to Denver. We had to have it certified. We had to have it here so I can have a live coin. In other words, a coin that exists.
Sure.
Okay? So like this coin at $39.99.95, I mean, with plane tickets and everything else, I'm about $7,000 in this coin.
Exactly.
Okay? Is ultimately what it comes down to. And then given what's happening in the marketplace today, it gets even crazier. Okay, it gets even crazier. Now, here's the other insane part of this. I've got a prime time show tonight from 8 to 10. Okay? I don't think there's any possible way this coin gets through the prime time show tonight. Okay? As a matter of fact, the way it looks right now, I don't even know that it gets through the 2 a.m. show. Because this is one of the single most significant, this will be, and like I said, I've been doing this a long time, half century I've been doing this.
That makes you sound really old, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I am really old, actually.
I was going to say.
I am really old. I think it's going to be one of the most significant coins that the United States government has made, because it's several things. First of all, it's pure palladium. And understand, one of the reasons they have to limit the number of coins is there's just not that much palladium around.
Sure.
I mean, it's 10,000 times rarer than gold. Okay, 10,000 times rarer than gold, just the palladium. The other thing that they did is it's the only proof palladium coin that they've ever done. They did a mint state last year. I can't sell you that mint state coin for $39.99.95. It was way less money. And I was able to get, because they went through the authorized distributors. Remember those big green boxes? Well, they came in boxes, the palladium boxes, and I forget what color, the gold's red. I forget what they were. I think they were blue, actually, is what they were for the palladium. And so I got those, but I had connections in there. Guys that I've done literally hundreds of millions of dollars worth of it. They didn't renege on me. As a matter of fact, I got my allocation. I had hundreds and hundreds of coins. That's not the case here.
No,
and even that coin I can't sell you. The 2017 I can't sell you for $39.99.95. I wish I could, but I can't. Okay, so now this coin. And understand, that original coin, the 2017, that was in essence a bullion coin. So it sold from the government for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars less than this coin, which is, once again, look at that, there is the W.
Yep.
That's the government signing this as a presentation coin. And the one thing I can tell you is that as gorgeous as this coin looks right now, it is even better looking in person.
It is.
It is even better looking in person. The one thing I can tell you, and with this coin, all bets are off, okay? Like I said, in terms of collectability, in terms of desirability, in terms of price.
Which are all the things, you know, it's like
check all of those things.
Check all those boxes.
The one thing I can tell you is I will not sell this coin for less than 30. I'm sorry, we had I had an update on quantities here. I will not sell this coin for less than $39.99.95.
This is the rock bottom.
So this is the rock, like you said, this is the handshake price.
This is the handshake price.
Understand, folks, and nowhere else on the planet are you gonna get a 30-day money-back guarantee for this coin right here.
And
30-day money-back guarantee.
That's the
Everybody else,
relationship.
because I mean, it's so volatile in the marketplace, you know? So, like I said, for first day of issue, you go out there and try to find first day of issue. If you can find a first day of issue coin, I don't care if it's PCGS, NGC, or Annex, first day of issue, perfect palladium. You find it for less than $39.95, you send it back. Send it back. Go
exactly.
ahead.
And you've got 30 days to be able to do that. That's our money back guarantee, literally a 30-day unconditional money back guarantee, and you will not find that anywhere else. I mean, that's the power of the relationship that we have with you, that Mike has with us, and that Mike has with you. That's why for the last 15 years, Mike has been able to do all of the research, do all the legwork, have all of those connections that he's been building for over 4 decades to be able to have that handshake price with you this morning. So we have such limited quantities, we have such a rare opportunity. I would hate for you to miss out. Even if you're thinking just waiting until tonight, don't wait. No. Get it home now, because again, you have that peace of mind to be able to take the time to see it, to do your research, and to put that challenge to the test and send it back if you find it for better price anywhere else.
We're under 4 dozen.
Oh no.
Yes. You're funny. We're under 4 dozen. And like I said, $39.95, I get it.
Yes,
okay?
we understand.
I understand. It's not for everybody.
Right.
But if you're a serious collector, and even if you're not a collector, and let's say you want to dip your toe in collecting, and you're willing to go into the deep end, this is a coin.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Go big or go home. Because, but like I said, I'm bringing 50 years of experience to bear here.
Exactly.
And all I can tell you is like many things that are out there in collectibles, it's not just the coin itself, but it's the market and the way the market reacts. And this coin has been so incredible in the market that it has led me, because of this, to be able to buy deals of other things that I'll bring for a couple shows down the road, because guys are selling other things for literally less than they're worth so they can have enough money to buy these.
Wow.
Okay? You know, I had a guy today call me with some gold. And he says, you know, I got 100 of these saints I got to get rid of. I said, well, I'm really not a saint buyer. He says, sell them to you for melt. Okay, so I'm buying mint state 62 St. Gaudens, okay, which usually bring tremendous premiums. I mean, that's a numismatic coin. That's a $20 gold piece from the 1920s. I'm buying them for what the melt value is worth, to literally melt them down and destroy them. I've never done that in all the years that I've been in the coin business, because he had to have money to play with palladium coins, okay? And I'm getting that kind of thing. I bought a bag of Morgan silver dollars. A beautiful bag. I'll have those, I think, next week. 1881S, an original bag of 1881S Morgan silver dollars for significantly less than I would have paid a week ago, because they had to have money for this. Okay? Well, I have a few of these. Like I said, we're under 4 dozen in terms of availability now. The key to this, folks, is you've got to take advantage while you can at this price for our first day of issue. Now, understand, first day of issue, you can find PCGS or NGC first day of issues out there. You know, that's kind of a thing that several different people have. And I've seen those, like I said, as high as about $8,000. But so they go through so many people, I don't know. But with Annex, first day of issue, there's one place on the planet you can buy it, right here. So not only do I believe that I'm less than NGC or PCGS is in the marketplace for first day of issue palladiums, I guarantee I'm the lowest price on this, because this is the only place you can buy it. So what happens is you are absolutely, positively, 100% guaranteed buying this coin for wholesale, because this is the only price that you can buy it for $39.99.95.
You know, I was thinking, if one person in each state was watching, not even one person in each state could get this.
Gone.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, you know, you gotta be just in a couple parts of the country.
Exactly.
Because I think we're rocketing towards about 3 dozen left, is all that I have right now. And I have no guarantees that I'm gonna be able to fill the rest of that edition. This may be a one and done, you know, is what it comes down to. There you go, 47, look at that.
And that's not with everybody else on the phone lines.
Yeah, we got all kinds of people on the phone.
Exactly, we've got to put up a 3.5 clock. So again, I want to remind everybody, not only is this that pure 1 ounce of palladium, this is a pure rare opportunity as an invitation. So if you're thinking about it, don't miss out. Don't miss out by waiting and saying, I woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Have you ever done that? Have you ever woulda, coulda, shoulda? This is the time that we take that out. We definitely give you that 30-day unconditional money back guarantee, so that you have the time to decide 100% on the purchase. And we know that this is something that maybe you didn't wake up today and think about doing, or maybe before you go to bed. But by the time you wake up, by the time you see Mike later, it's gonna be gone.
Because here's the other thing that happens. I mean, we're 2:17 a.m. Eastern time.
Right.
And all of you that watch us here on a regular basis, thanks to every one of you. I understand not all of you can be up at 2:17 a.m. Eastern time. We are heavily recorded. One of the things that we have here in our coin show is oftentimes we have significant sales tomorrow morning. People that get up and as they're getting ready for work, flip this on and start watching the recorded version of the show and start calling in. And so not only do we have all the people that are calling in now, like I said, we had 47 remaining, okay, in terms of availability. That's for the people that are actually actively watching us live at 2:18 now.
And already placed the order.
And already placed the order.
Correct.
Okay, that doesn't count all the people in the ordering process, the literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are recording this show and will buy in the morning.
Because
and
you're
I can
not
tell
here
you,
all the time.
No, based on my experience, I would say that there's another 10 or 12 or 15 of these that will be sold by 10 a.m. That belies the fact that, of course, I have the show tonight at 8 p.m., okay, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight, where the balance of these will absolutely positively sell out. Now, I may be able to fill the rest of the edition. Remember, we started with 59 coins, but I may not. I literally may not be able to do that because I really want to do the $39.99.95. That's kind of the key to this. And I just don't know what we're going to do. Like I said, that's my handshake price. And unfortunately, not everybody lived up to their handshake price to me. But that's what I was able to do for about literally half the edition, because we set the edition ahead of time.
Right.
We anticipate how many people, you know, like I said, because I literally, in the past, I'm able to get allocations of coins from the United States government. I'm able to get allocations of coins from the authorized distributors. There's only 13 of them in the United States, and I have extraordinary relationships with many of those, with many of those people. And so I'm able to do that. But literally, when the government sells these one per household, I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, you know, I literally have to contract with individual people one by one. So, you know, for 129 to get. And these are perfect coins.
Right.
So that's 200 people I've got to go in and I've got to buy their coins at you know, and now at the going rate. You know, we contract ahead of time so that people can make some money at it. And then all of a sudden, and I saw things, people advertising in newspapers. Hey, make $100, make $200, make $300. All you have to do is order this coin and we'll pay you. I mean, I've never seen that before. The things that people have done to get these coins, coin dealers have done to get these coins, is things I've never seen in the 50 years that I've done this, because this coin is so impressive. So let me talk just a second. I know the clock's just sped up. Just give me 1 second here. I want to explain what the coin is. It is solid 1 ounce of palladium. I talk about the coin. I guess I got to talk about, explain to you the coin. It is only the second palladium coin ever done by the United States government, the very first one in proof. They've done that. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Can we, is that spectacular? That eagle, that's what high relief is. See how the eagles, it looks like it's three-dimensional. It's three-dimensional. Yeah. Because they've done this coin and it's almost like a bas relief. It's very concave. And there the eagle, oh, that's a great shot right there. Done in this pure palladium that you're going to have here. This is not plated or anything else. This is 1 ounce of pure palladium. Remember, 10,000 times rarer than gold. Oh, that's a fabulous shot. It is literally almost, well, it is three-dimensional. But I mean, it even through the camera just comes to you with this. This is the United States mint coin that you're going to have right here. Check this out. And then the same thing on the front. Now, additionally, see, we're down to 40 now. So what happens is, and that doesn't count all the people in the ordering process and everything else. The other additional part of this is this design has been done before. The Mercury dime. One of the most popular coins ever done by the United States government. The Mercury dime was made from 1916 to 1945. And it was, you know, it was that one, it was ubiquitous in the American economy for almost 100 years. For almost 100 years. This brings out this right here, and that brings Mercury to life in pure proof palladium. Last year's coin had that kind of dull, unfinished palladium, platinum look. This one has been polished. This is proof. This is West Point Mint. This is the hottest coin in the world right now. Absolutely, positively, bar none. And this first day of issue annex, you can only get it right here. I say go out there and look for NGC or PCGS first day of issues. $39.95 is not going to get those coins bought, folks. We're about 3 dozen is all that remain. Like I said, the quantity that we have in hand will sell out in the primetime show tonight if it doesn't sell out right now. What are we down to? 37 now.
Yeah, the clock is down. We are counting your orders. Please, please, please jump into the ordering process. Stay in the ordering process so we can send you yours. And remember, you can use your choice of credit card to make the payment today. All right, we're going to take a quick little break so we can process all the orders, and we're going to come back with more and Mike and all these wonderful coins right after this.
I love the customer. I think about everything they want in that product. Now we have Miracle Clean. It's so effective as a disinfectant and a cleaner. It is going to change the whole landscape in cleaning. It cuts grease and grime like nobody's business, kills 99.9% of germs, eliminates odors as well. Clean is not clean without Miracle Clean.
Don't miss the world premiere of Joy Mangano's Miracle Clean, only on HSN.
The thing I love most about shopping at HSN.
Do I have to pick just one?
I'd have to say FlexPay.
It allows me to get the things I want now
and make monthly payments
without any interest or fees.
I got a new mattress for the guest bedroom, a fabulous cookware set for my sister's wedding,
and a little something just for me.
FlexPay gives me the flexibility to buy what I need now
without the stress of having to pay for it all at once, and no interest. Beat that layaway.
We use goat milk because we had it, and that's how our company started. But what we learned over the years is how beneficial goat milk is, not only for the skin, but for your body.
Goat milk adds moisture to your skin. It's really the most amazing ingredient.
People really do notice the hydration of their skin. The farm-to-skin difference only with Beekman 1802.
Here at HSN, we base our retail values on nationwide information. Retail value is an indication of the price you would expect to pay for the same or similar item elsewhere, not the price at which you would be able to sell the item. Prices do vary around the country, so ours might be different from prices in your area. For more information, call one of our customer service reps at 1-800-284-3900.
Good morning, I'm your host, Valerie Stubb, and guess what? Right now at hsn.com, it is our Best in Beauty Week. It's your go-to source for exclusive beauty finds, and today's deals include the 2-pack of brow-defining pencils from San Francisco beauty experts, Benefit. It was $40, and today it is only $28. We're talking about the most ultra-fine, waterproof, brow-defining pencils that is going to be for all skin tones and all ages. This is what gives you that incredibly natural looking hair-like strokes. It just makes your brows look absolutely fantastic. And the best thing is, this lasts up to 12 budge-proof hours. It's got this great little built-in spoolie on the end. It's a little brush. That way you can get that blending perfectly. This was a $40 value, and today it is actually only $28. To shop this and more great deals, you can search Best in Beauty Week on hsn.com. But take a look at those brows. We definitely encourage you to shop all those Best in Beauties for all those beauty gals, and so we're delighted that you're able to take a little sneak peek at that. All right, we're gonna continue on, and we're gonna talk about coins. We are moving on really quickly. We're going to do next the 2018 early release Ultra Cameo Silver Eagle. Now this is brand new, first airing. We've never done this before. It's on 4 flexible payments under $50. It does come with that great wooden window box. Now this is actually presented a little differently than the previous coins we've had so far.
Very much so. One of the things that has happened in the coin industry over the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, particularly over the last 5 to 10 years, is what I like to call the over-labelfication of coins. It's a made-up word. When we certified coins, I was the very first person to sell certified modern issue coins almost 20 years ago now. Everybody said, oh, that's just crazy. Now it's the backbone of the hobby. And so what they do is they keep changing up labels. You got all these different labels, all these different things, all these different ways of selling coins. And so what we did is I decided that what we were going to do is go back to basics and keep the labels the same. And so I have this as label. And so what I changed was what they call the core. This is what holds the coin. Okay. You have to understand, this is a big deal to get a core. These cores, to be able to get just the mold for these is a several $100,000 investment to be able to do that. And so we have the flag core, which you see, which I sell exclusively. So if you go to hsn.com, I've got flag core coins from NGC. So NGC flag core only available here. Well, I decided to do for San Francisco minted silver eagles, and it only works for San Francisco because the only size I can have the gasket in is silver eagles.
Okay.
I decided to do, and I have the exclusive rights to Golden Gate Bridge, to the Golden Gate Bridge in NGC. And so we did the bridge label that you see right here, the bridge core. So you see bridge labels, there's lots of 80 different labels. There's only one Golden Gate Bridge core. This is it. It's exclusive to us. We're debuting it to the world right now. This has never been seen before. This is the worldwide debut of the Golden Gate Bridge core for the San Francisco minted silver eagle, because this is a special year. This is the 50th anniversary of the San Francisco Mint, making proof coins. So they did a special reverse proof set, which we're going to see here in just a minute, and they did a silver eagle from the San Francisco Mint, which is a huge deal, because for decades and decades now, the West Point Mint makes all regular issue American silver eagles. So these have a W or West Point Mint on them. For the first time, the United States government has made a regular San Francisco minted proof silver eagle since 1992. The first 5 years of the American Silver Eagle, they made it at the San Francisco Mint before they eventually switched it to the West Point Mint. So that is now 25 years ago. So now, this basically one time, this is just 1 year, so they're not gonna do it next year either.
Okay.
So that's why, so we made a core just for basically this coin, and then like the 5 San Francisco minted coins from 86 to 92, not any of them in proof 70 can I say for $199. As a matter of fact, the 1986, or 87, 88, 89, 90, I mean, I'd have to be $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 a coin to be able to get those coins in a bridge label absolutely perfect. But this year, they did this special 1 year only San Francisco edition. I did the special core, and understand 100%, this is 100% exclusive of, not just in 70 or anything else, but the Golden Gate Bridge label, period, 100% exclusive, 100% exclusive to me, that we just had it done. As you can see, they have the little NGC logo right there. Isn't that cool? The way they did that, the way that we did it. And actually the core of the coin is only this.
Okay.
So we had to do the label to match the top of the bridge that you see there. And then I also did it, as you can see, on the reverse as well. Now the reverse of the coin technically is like this. Okay, so you can see the bridge, but then the coin's upside down because the United States government reverses the coin 180 degrees. Not everybody does that, as a matter of fact. Some of the other mints like Australia, England, they don't reverse the coin. Okay, but the United States government, it must be a production issue, so you can see the Golden Gate Bridge there as well, without the top done, because that's where all the holographic, all the security features are. Okay, with that, so let me put that back over there. So here's what you have. So you've got a unique, exclusive core to the coin. And so it's not just a different label, because a different label, anybody can do labels or do whatever they, but the core is a huge deal. It's an incredible commitment. It adds significantly to the collectability. That's why our flag core coins that we sell here, when we do flag core eagles, that's why they bring tremendous premiums in the marketplace today, is all the flag cores that we do here, which are 100% exclusive to us. And so this is also an early release coin. This coin, the early release period for these S-minted coins has already passed. Okay? So in other words, so now, because these estimates have been out for a little while now, so what happens is now we've got the early release. So I've got the exclusive label, I've got the early release. Now, what we will do is after this, I'll sell these in essence forever. They just won't have, the label will be the same, it just won't say early release on it. What I'm trying to get to the point is there's not 86 billion different labels. The label is the same. The core is the same. That's what you get. That's the exclusive nature. That's the collectability. Then you have the coin. Then you have it certified absolutely perfect. You have it certified ultra cameo. That not all coins are certified ultra cameo. And what that means is this. When you look at this coin, in this proof coin, you can see the mirror field here, and then the device or raised part of the coin, the design of the coin, has this kind of matte finish. Ultra cameo means that this coin has been struck particularly well so that this is offset by the mirror to such a degree so it looks like it's a piece of cameo jewelry. And then, and only then, do you get what's called an ultra cameo designation. It's a relatively thing of modern issue coins. If you do that in, let's say, Franklin $50, you take a proof Franklin $50, a nice proof Franklin, let's say proof 67 or proof 68 could sell for a couple of $300. Add in an ultra cameo, and it's a $30 or $40 or $50,000 coin. Okay, because only the first 1 or 2 or 3 coins. Yeah, coins are crazy. Well, the first 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 coins off an entire die are going to be ultra cameo. We have a bunch of coins. We have a big coin auction coming up. There'll be many coins that'll be selling for millions of dollars a piece. We just get, almost every day, there's coins that sell for $1 million to $2 million to $3 million to $5 million a piece. So coins are the thing. As a matter of fact, the very top end of the industry right now, you want to know where the money is? There's about 3 or 4 or 5 basically billionaires out there that are collecting all the top-end United States coins right now. All the coins that are $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $8 million, $10 a coin. They're just buying them all. because they are so unique, they're so collectible. And while, you know, not everybody can jump in at $8 million for a 1804 silver dollar, you can jump in at $199.95.
And even better than
that's
that.
Right. Not, you know, not being a billionaire, you know,
sure.
I'm just an heir. You can jump in at this at $199.95. Then, of course, we have the flex pay.
That's what I was going to say. And better than that is that you can get it home for $49.99. So flex pay, if you're new to HSN, but you're an avid coin collector, maybe you've been following Mike, and he's here and he gets the opportunity not only to explain everything to you, but you get to get it home on flex pay, which means we just break up your payments over to 4 equal installments with no added interest or any fees, and you choose the method of payment. So you can choose your own credit card, your own debit card, PayPal, and then we get to send it right out to you. And we also do something that you cannot find anywhere else when you're picking up the coins that you want to collect. We do a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So you get a chance to get it home and have it for 30 days. If for any reason you don't want to, you know, keep that coin, you get to send it back to us, no questions asked, and we'll give you a full refund of your purchase price. And I think that it's so spectacular. I know, Mike's shaking his head because it's kind of like a special club here, right? We're in like this little private club. We meet at 2:30 a.m. East Coast time. But right. You know what? Everyone in San Francisco right now, it's 11:30 p.m. right now.
So if you're, San Francisco resident. How about a Golden Gate Bridge? I don't know what that would be.
San Franciscan?
San Franciscoian?
I don't know.
Can somebody tell us?
Yes.
For those of you that are wondering, for those of you that literally may be calling in on this, I've never seen the bridge core before. You have now. The Golden Gate Bridge Core is 100% exclusive to me, okay? This is the worldwide debut of this coin, of the bridge coin, not just this coin, but of any coin. The Golden Gate Bridge Core coin has never been seen before. I am debuting it right here, right now. We were so phenomenally happy to do this. It took literally months for us to put this together. We were doing it for some other coins, and then the United States government, thank you so much, did this fantastic San Francisco Mint coin. So now we'll understand what this coin is. The only coins that we're going to put in the bridge cores are going to be San Francisco minted American silver eagles. There are not many of them. There's not been a proof American San Francisco eagle, regular one, since 1992.
Wow.
This is a 1 year only. This is a one-off for the 50th anniversary of the San Francisco Mint making proof coin. So there's not going to be a 2019 S Eagle. There's not a 2017 or 16 or 15 or 14. So this is unique in that regard. And so now add in the fact that it's proof 70 perfect. Now we add in the fact that it's early release. Now add in the fact that it's 100% exclusive to us. We're still going to give you the red oak presentation box that you're going to have right there. Put all of that together with this 1 year only issue, certified perfect. Now we've got the bridge core that we're going to have, the Golden Gate Bridge Core that is exclusive to us, exclusive to me, that you're going to have right here. It is a fantastic opportunity from a collectible standpoint to get in kind of real old school United States coins, and that's what we've got right here.
All right, well, stay on the phone lines to secure yours. Don't forget the item number for this brand new coin is 640533, that early release Ultra Cameo Silver Eagle. And we have that available to you on FlexPay. All right, well, we're gonna move on to another amazing opportunity, and it is the 2018 Silver Reverse Proof Set. Now, this is the only planned airing of the day. This is a perfect 5-star rated customer pick. Every single review is a perfect 5-star, and we have 3 dozen of these left. Limited edition. Are you laughing over at me?
I am, only because you can't give it 6 stars.
You can't give it 6 stars. No, but I mean, think about that. Think every single person that wrote in, that took the time to write in, said they gave it that 5-star.
And you have to understand, and if you're like me, I mean, I just don't give out 5 stars.
No, I'm really hard to please, by the way.
Yeah, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. 4 stars.
Exactly, exactly.
You know, I go, really? So, and deservedly so, 5-star customer pick. And let me explain to you why. So, the San Francisco Mint has been around for a long time. But 50 years ago, they started making proof coins. Proof is not a condition, it's a method of manufacturing. Coins are made differently to create this. So this year, for the 50th anniversary of the proof coin production at the San Francisco Mint, the United States government decides to do a special set. And they did this set. They did 200,000 of these sets, okay? Sold out almost right away. Boom, gone. They're 100% sold out, limited edition. And they made what are called reverse proof. Now, reverse proof doesn't mean that it's just proof on the reverse, okay? It means, remember I was showing you the proof coins, where the field of the coin is a mirror and the device of the coin, so we have it cameo. A reverse proof means that they reverse that, so that the device of the coin is the shiny part of the coin, and the fields are the matte finish part of the coin. Same thing on the reverse. So it's not just on the reverse, it's on both sides of the coin, okay? It's on both sides of the coin, but they have reversed the proof process. Prior to this, the United States government has made, I think it was 12 reverse proof coins. Never in a set, always one coin in a set because it was such a special process. So of the 12 existing, actually I think it's 14, existing reverse proof coins done by the United States government, the average price of those coins is about $2,200. Now, there are several of those coins that are gold, okay, and platinum. And so let's take those out, because I mean, just the fact that they're gold and platinum. The remaining 10 coins are on average $500 per coin.
My goodness.
And they're just regular coins, just like these. These coins are $38 a coin. Now keep in mind, not only did they do these in reverse proof, the only reverse proof set ever done by the United States government that you have right here, but all of the quarters, the half dollar and the dime, are silver. I can tell you right now that this coin right here, the Kennedy half dollar, that's reverse proof. They've done one other reverse proof Kennedy half dollar.
That's a good looking coin right there. That's a good looking coin.
Isn't that a good looking coin? I mean, John F. Kennedy was pretty good looking president to start with.
So cool though in reverse proof. It's just
gorgeous, isn't it? If you find that coin individually for $129.95, you need to do that. You need to do that right now to find that coin individually at $129.95. Good luck. And there's two of those. There's another reverse proof Kennedy from the 2014 set, also done in silver. And like I said, also good luck finding that coin for $129, worth $37.99. The only other one of these coins that exists in reverse proof is the dime. They did a special March of Dimes set. And they did a reverse proof dime in that. Good luck finding that coin for less than $100. Okay, just not gonna do it. So basically those two coins are $250 all day long. Every other one of the coins in this collection are unique by finish, reverse proof. This is the only reverse proof Lincoln cent. It's the only reverse proof Sacagawea gold dollar. It's the only reverse proof nickel, and it's the only reverse proof quarters that have ever been done by the United States government, period. And I'm gonna talk about the quarters here in just a minute. Those are all silver, huge deal. Individually, I think I saw some PC coins going for hundreds of dollars a piece for these. They're very difficult to get in perfect condition. They only did 200,000 sets, but in perfect condition, not anywhere near that. As a matter of fact, we have our sets, there's 1,276 in the edition. Because I knew this was gonna be huge, so we bought like, I think what did we buy, 25,000 sets. So I bought over 10, I bought 12.5% of the entire mintage. And those are special, and the Sacagawea gold dollar is gonna be huge, but I wanna focus on this coin right here. Lincoln cent. They've been making the Lincoln cent since 1909. And as I said, one of the most popular coins. I mean, people that don't even know coins know the 1909 SVDB. They usually say 1909 VDB S, but 1909 SVDB. Made for the very first year of issue. Victor D. Brennan, the designer, put his initials on the coin. They said, ooh, that's a no-no. So they made him take it off, so it was a one-year only issue. That coin in top grade sells for thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. The key dates of the Lincoln series from then are oftentimes San Francisco Mint coins, the 10S, 11S, 14S, 31S, all those incredibly popular coins. Since 1909, of all the Lincoln cents that they've ever made, this is the rarest San Francisco minted Lincoln cent ever made by the United States government, that coin right there. Wow. Okay? Look, I got 29 of these left.
I know. We might not make the end of this presentation,
Mike.
Not. Yeah.
It might not, okay? In the first day of issue, I have 29, okay? So we've got that. Is the only reverse proof Lincoln cent. Now, if this coin right over here, of which there's two of, sells for $129, and this one sells for $100, and there's another one of those, what do you think the only reverse proof Lincoln cent that is the rarest S-minted Lincoln cent that has ever been done by the United States, what do you think those coins are worth? I don't know.
Right.
But I can tell you right now, it's more than $37.99.
Yeah,
that I can guarantee you, okay?
Sure.
In absolutely perfect proof 70, that you cannot find this coin for $37.99, period. That is before. Okay, so now you look at this coin, and this coin, now you know you're over $379. And by the way, that left counter that you saw there, that's what's left out of 1,276. Okay, that's what's left in the first day of issue, which is exclusive to us here at HSN. Now, let's go over here to the Sacagawea Golden Dollar. How many reverse proof Sacagawea Golden Dollars has the United States government ever made? The answer to that is one, this coin. They have made enhanced uncirculated coins. Many of those can sell for literally thousands of dollars. They did those in special coin and currency sets starting in 2014, 15, and 16. Okay, but they've never done a reverse proof before. This is the only one. And it only comes in a set. Keep in mind, all of these coins only come in the reverse proof set put out by the United States government, which is a sold out limited edition, which all of a sudden the ungraded, uncertified set of these, okay, the ungraded, uncertified set of these has gone up fairly significantly in value in the marketplace because it's sold out. I mean, you know, it's a supply and demand thing. But this isn't just the set. This is the set that's certified absolutely, positively perfect. Now let's get to the quarters. They've been making the Washington quarter since 1932. The key date in that is the 32D and the 32S. All 5 of these coins are rarer than the 32D and the 32S. As a matter of fact, in the entire Washington quarter series, you're looking at the 5 rarest Washington quarters ever made by the United States government, those 5 coins right there. As a matter of fact, you're looking at the only 5 reverse proof Washington quarters ever made by the United States government. And additionally, they're all done in silver as well. So they have a significant intrinsic component in them as well. And then we get down, let's not forget the Jefferson nickel. In the incredible history of the Jefferson nickel, the United States government has made one and only one reverse proof Jefferson nickel, and you're looking at it.
Wow.
You're looking at one reverse proof Jefferson nickel. So it also is a one only coin. It is unique by composition. It is unique by the way that it's made, this reverse proof, this special production technique that they've done. So that coin is unique. And that coin also, really $37.99. And so when you look at this on a coin by coin basis, it's a pretty big deal. When you look at it holistically, now you begin to understand the value of this. And so we had 1,276 of these from our first day of issue. It looks like we have about 24 sets remaining within that edition. Okay, within that edition. And that's at 29. There you go. There's only 29 sets left in the entire first day of issue edition. So that's it. That's not like what I have left for this show. So with 29 left, that means we've sold 1,247.
I was trying to do the math.
Okay.
You did it faster than I did.
At 1,247 is what we have with that.
Kind of like you might be a numbers guy. I don't know.
What?
You might be a numbers guy.
Just a little bit,
yeah. Oh, okay. Might be good at math.
Yeah, I like the math part of it. I mean, you know, I'm a math guy. I find comfort in numbers, and which is what kind of drove me to coins, because coins are very numbers driven from both an economic aspect, from a collecting aspect, because I mean, you know, you look at the populations of the coins, you have population rarity, it's all about mintages, because numbers are very finite. I mean, you know, a 1 is a 1 and a 2 is a 2. And in kind of an uncertain world, it's nice when you have the comfort of knowing that there's 1,276 of these sets, match numbered sets, not a single coin less or a single coin more. There's exactly 1,000.
And you said match number sets. Is that why they all say first day of issue and then it has a number like number 5?
Yeah, this is all number 5.
Number 5
That's
set.
right.
Okay.
Now, in first day of issue, NGC and PCGS also do first day of issue, but they do not individually match number the sets. Okay? They just say one of.
Huh.
So you don't know where your set falls within the limited edition.
I like that.
With Annex, exclusive to us, first day of issue, you know exactly where you fall within the limited edition because it is individually numbered for this. So this is set number 5. This is set number 5. And in all honesty, this isn't actually even set number 5. This set number 5 is our display set.
Sure.
This will be unholdered after the fact. Someone already has set number 5.
Okay.
So this will be unholdered after the fact and put out, but we have to have a display set. We always use 5 as our display number. is what we do so that we know with that. So we have the 50th anniversary that we're going to have right here. Each set, so you're going to get set 1 or 5 or 10 or 15 or 1,273 or 1,274, whatever it is. But as we come down right now, like I said, we have only about 24 sets remaining in the entire edition. And once that sells out, then that's it. Then it goes into the secondary market, the wholesale price having been $379 with this incredibly unique set. So like I said, the United States government has never done this reverse proof set before. This is the very first time they've ever done anything like this. These coins are unique. These coins are exceptionally rare. They're certified, absolutely positively perfect. And while they did 200,000 sets, which are sold out limited editions, there's 1,276 of them that are first day of issue that's available exclusively from us here at HSN, and now down to about only 24 collectors that are going to be able to do that. So great opportunity for you. Remember, the dimes, the quarters, and the $half are all done in silver. And the rest of the coins, and 8 of the 10 coins unique by finish that have never had reverse proof coins done in that denomination before. The Lincoln cent, I think, will be the absolute home run of the whole set right here, as it is the only reverse proof Lincoln cent, the rarest S-minted Lincoln cent. I think that is going to be the king of this set right here, although right now the $half is bringing the most money that you see out there. That Kennedy $half bringing, like I said, 130 to 150 bucks.
And remember, everybody's getting all 10 in that complete silver reverse proof set. We're going to continue, we'll let you know when all of those are spoken for. We're going to continue on with another reverse proof set. This is actually a set of 5, 2018 America the Beautiful National Parks quarters. So this is the first airing of the day. Remember, Mike has another show later this evening. $42.49 on FlexPay to bring home item number 638928. You are getting that beautiful commemorative, or the red oak box as well. Which, by the way, I was curious. Does everybody normally store them in their box, or do people display them? Like,
sure. Well, that's why we do the box like this. And understand, that's why we sell so many boxes, because nobody else puts them in boxes. I don't get that.
So they have their
These
home.
are great coins.
Yeah.
Look at this. And so we put them so you can display them. You just set them up just like that. Isn't that a nice display?
Absolutely.
So you can see all 5 of those coins. So these are the reverse proof coins, but just the quarters.
Okay.
And it's interesting, I'd like to say this was my wonderful idea, but it wasn't.
I was going to give you credit.
said, hey, Mike, I've been collecting the quarters since the state quarters in 1999. I collect all the quarters, I do all the proofs, I do the silvers, I do everything else. Well, these are the only 5 reverse proof quarters ever done by the United States government. These are the 5 rarest Washington quarters ever done by the United States government. I'd like an opportunity to own just the quarters. I'm kind of a quarter guy. Okay. And I said, okay. We can do that. And so we see these right here in reverse proof 70. And so I did, even though there's 150 million Americans that are collecting the state quarters, I did 599 match numbered sets that you see right here in the silver at $169.95. Like I said, I think it'd be hard pressed to do that. I just released these, I think, last week. So I think the majority of the sets still available. I don't know how many of these we've sold to date. I think most of what we've sold has been on hsn.com. I think I might have had one other presentation of this. But remember, so the quarters are silver. The quarters, and understand, the cost of certification is $30 a coin. It's $150 in certification, and the red oak presentation box, which is $29.95. So I can get you in this set, this perfect certified set, for basically the cost of the box and the cost of the holders. Actually, a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
And so that's why this is such a unique opportunity. So now you take this brand new reverse proof set, sold out from the United States government. They only did 200,000 of each one of these coins. So these coins are rare in and of themselves at 200,000. So in other words, if you take a look at these, I'm gonna look at something real quick. The United States government has been making silver quarter sets since 99. And I just want to look at this. So the 2012 silver quarters. The 2012 silver quarters, if you look at the silver quarters in here, the quarters by themselves are $24.50 a piece, uncertified, ungraded, for a coin that is 5 times, this coin's 5 times rarer. Those are the regular silver quarters. They made 1 million of those, okay? Wow. They made 1 million of those. This coin right here is significantly rare. They would charge you $169 uncertified, ungraded for a coin that, like I said, came from 2014, the regular issue silver proof set, of which this coin is significantly rare, and these are the only 5. And there's lots of silver quarters. There are 5 reverse proof quarters that only came out of this sold out limited edition set from this year, and that's what you're getting right here. And that's what your opportunity is here at $169.95 for all 5 coins. Basically, you take the cost of the box out, you're less than the cost of certification for 5 silver quarters in absolutely perfect condition in a match numbered set, of which there's only 599 for worldwide distribution.
And the FlexPay, again, I hate to kind of repeat it if you've been watching this morning, but FlexPay is available to you here at HSN, which means you get to put $42.49 down, and we send out your brand new set of 5 beautiful America the Beautiful silver quarters, and you get a chance to pay that off over time. So that's, if you're new to collecting, we welcome you in. If you're an avid collector, you've probably been watching Mike for years, and so we love the fact that we're able to bring you brand new items this morning, or things that you might not get a chance to see later in the day, including our next item that we have, which is the only planned airing of the S Mint Proof Random Year, the JFK $50 20 coin roll. It's under $30 to bring home on FlexPay. We only have a couple hundred of these. I also want to point out, if you don't have an HSN card, this is a great opportunity. If you want to get the HSN card, we'll actually send you this brand new roll out for $49.95. So that's under $50 to bring this home. So that's another way that you can add on to that. We'll give you $10 off your first single item purchase when you pick up the HSN credit card. All right, what are we looking at here?
Well, United States proof quarters, or proof coins, you know, are special coins that were never released into circulation. They only come out of United States government issue proof sets.
They're pretty.
They're really great coins.
They're pretty.
They're pretty.
I keep saying they're pretty.
I know,
they're really
I understand,
pretty.
and they are. 1979, check this out. So we open up proof sets to get, particularly proof sets from the 70s and early 80s, to get out the Eisenhower dollars and the Susan B. Anthony dollars. We need those coins. We sell lots and lots and lots and lots of those sets. I end up with $50, because I traditionally don't sell the $50. And so when we open up proof sets, it's the only way to get those Susan B. Anthony dollars and the Eisenhower dollars for the sets that we sell. And so when I get these coins, I end up with leftover coins that we do. So these are all like 70s and 80s coins, okay? These are all 70s and 80s coins. I want to put this in here.
1977 in there?
Yeah, there is.
That's the year I was born.
Oh yeah, let's get that.
And that was the year HSN started too.
Oh my goodness.
40 years.
So there's got to be a 70. So there's a 78, 79, 81. There's got to be one in there. We'll find one. So there's 77 because I need those. Yeah, there you go. There's a 77. You can take that out. There you go. And look at that. So 1977. So you get 20 coins for $59.95. So let's do the math there. That's $3 a coin. I'm going to guarantee you, by the way, a bicentennial. There's going to be a bicentennial and everything. So these are all 70. So when you look in the nationally advertised catalog, there's no possible way that they can sell you these coins for $3, because they're coins that are left over from other things that we had. So I put these in here at a price that is just kind of insane. The 77, $8.75.
I'll take it.
As a matter of fact, that's the average price, is about $8.75. The 81 is $8.50. There's $8.75. The bicentennial, $10.50. Okay, it's gonna be you're $3 a coin. Yeah. You get 20 proof Kennedy $50, 20 proof Kennedy $50 for $3 a coin. Okay, I don't know anywhere else that you're able to do that. We're only able to do that, like I said, because I sell a lot of Eisenhower dollars and Susan B. Anthony dollars.
Right.
I sell thousands of those sets, and the only way to get those, okay, the only way to get those is to open up original United States government issue proof sets. And see where we look at this deep cameo? Look at that beautiful 1978 deep cameo Kennedy $50. That is an absolutely gorgeous coin. None of these coins, they're all San Francisco minted coins. They were never released, okay? These have never been released into general circulation. They are only available in United States government issued proof sets, and the only reason we have them is we opened them up. And we opened them up to get out. If I would open these up to sell just these coins, I'd have to be about $159, just like the catalog, to be able to sell you 20 of these coins. And there you go. There's going to be a bicentennial guaranteed in each one of those. And this is what we did a special roll for this, as you can see. There's 20 Kennedy half dollars, proof random years, but they're all 70s and early 80s, is ultimately what they come down to, because those are the sets that we open. And so we did this, so you get this special roll with the special, with the tape on it right there. So you do that, so you can pop that up. And as a matter of fact, I can pop these open right here. And so you see, there's the 20, there's the bicentennial right on the top of that one. So you can see, look at these coins. They're absolutely stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. Check that out. And look at, even the edges of them are crazy. That's the hallmark of a proof coin that you're going to have right there. And so all 20 of these, like I said, all 20 of these, only $59.95, $3 a coin. And like I said, so great opportunity to get in there. We had several thousands of these. It's one of our absolute best sellers. I don't know how many of these we have left, but I'm assuming I have maybe 100 or so rolls at the very most with these. And then once they do, it'll be 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or 8 years before I can restock them, because I'm going to have to sell, you know, 2,000 Eisenhower silver dollar sets and 5,000 Susan B. Anthony sets, which we sell, and then all of a sudden, you know, we'll see all this, because each one of those sets that we sell, you know, I get a Kennedy half dollar, one Kennedy from each year.
Right, so you have to go through 20 sets to be able to create just one 20 count roll that we're doing today, and it is on FlexPay, under $30 to bring this home. Remember, we give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, and this roll you get to open up, you know, and you get to actually see it and you feel it. What are you showing us right there?
Well, the Rockstar. There you go. We're gonna have the Rockstar right here. This is the palladium coin.
I was like, what are you showing up for this?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.